celebrations of the PSBB Millennium School, OMR, Anubhuti 2022.
What are you doing?
Come on, take a guess. Really? Nothing? Put on a hat, cool sunglasses, and go incognito.
Oh.
Are you serious? It's called method acting.
Okay.
Take them off.
Never mind. I did
Anyway.
put quite a bit of effort though.
Moving on. The theme of this year is Agyatwas. In other words, masked era or incognito.
I think we all would agree that for the past 2.5 years, we've all been living in the masked era, hiding behind.
Wait, mask as in N95 or mask as in disguise?
She's referring to both. It's a pun. Genius. Now will you please let her continue?
Oh, smart. Yeah, please go ahead, Mira.
Okay, where was I? Yes. For the past 2.5 years, we've all been living in the masked era, hiding behind our veils, our screens, concealing our nature with our newly adorned guises. Our voices were muted, our identities cloaked, and our personalities abstruse. Yet, we had to adapt and change, awakening new sides of ourselves that weren't there before.
But now, we're free and back in the light. And it shines upon us in a beautiful rainbow of youth and talent. It blinds us with the beauty of dance, of song, of skit. We have finally emerged with new arrows.
You went full on philosophical there. Really sorry to cut this eye-opening session short, but we do have an event to host, remember? So, shall we begin? First up, we call upon Varsha Piyush Makwana, Assistant School Pupil Leader, to deliver the welcome address.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. A pleasant morning to everyone gathered here. I'm Varsha Piyush Makwana, the Assistant School Pupil Leader. With the divine blessings of Padma Shri awardee Dr. Mrs. Y.G. Parthasarathy, it is my privilege to welcome each and every one of you to Anubhuti, the 14th annual day of the PSBB Millennium School, OMR. This year, the theme is Agyatavas, which signifies the story of us as a civilization returning after 2 years of digital exile. It is inspired from the events of the last year of exile completed by the Pandavas in the epic Mahabharata. On behalf of the PSBB Millennium School OMR, I take this opportunity in welcoming our chief guests for this morning, Shri Shrijit Nambiar and Srimati Parvati Menon, decorated stage artists. A very warm welcome to you, sir and ma'am. We would like to extend a cordial welcome to the principals of the PSBB Millennium and LLA group of schools. A hearty welcome to our beloved principal, Mrs. Rukmani Sridharan, and the coordinators. We are elated to offer a cheerful welcome to the management team who have come to witness this annual day. We extend a genial welcome to the teachers from all the branches of the PSBB Millennium and LLA group of schools. It gives us immense pleasure in welcoming our encouraging teachers and admin department, supportive parents, and dear students. Wishing all our participants the very best for their performances. With the blessings of the Almighty, we shall now move on to all the fascinating performances that we have in store for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Varsha, for starting today's show on that note.
Oh, Kamalika, don't you think we have such a beautiful stage set behind us today, all set to be filled with the magic of scintillating performances?
I'm sorry, but why exactly are you laughing? It's hard to concentrate with you giggling on the side.
I think he's laughing because of your little accident backstage when you tripped and fell.
Yes. I remember. No need to repeat the story and embarrass me once again.
Or what? You're going to punish us? Ooh, I'm scared.
Oh,
I've been
please.
looking forward to action figure drama for a while though.
Oh, please. Do you not know that poking fun at someone can have life-altering consequences? Example number 1, the waxing and waning of the moon.
And example number 2, whatever is going to happen to you.
Wait, what? Did you just jump from sharing life advice to talking about the moon?
I think she's talking about the story of Lord Ganesha and Chandra. Haven't you heard about it, Snehal?
Unfortunately, no. Where can I watch it? Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Hotstar?
Good Lord, you really are hopeless.
It's okay, Kamlika, calm down. Why worry about streaming when you can watch it right here?
Yes, indeed. Up next is a prayer dance to invoke the blessings of the Almighty. This year's prayer dance features an interesting anecdote of the famous story of Lord Ganesha and the moon god.
सिद्धिविनायका शरणु वेद्यप्रदायका शरणु सिद्धिविनायका शरणु वेद्यप्रदायका शरणु पार्वतीतनय मूर्ति शरणु मूषिकवाहना शरणु पार्वतीतनय मूर्ति शरणु मूषिकवाहना सिद्धिविनायका
lovely, the perfect opening for the extravaganza planned for the day.
Of course, spectating the prayer dance brought back so many fond memories from the various events held the previous year, didn't it?
Yes, so many magical moments, many more milestones crossed, emotions experienced, targets met, and goals achieved.
Wait, this reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. Every year is a learning and a treasure chest of memories.
So, the nostalgia has kicked in?
I mean, how can it not? Look at all the proud faces beaming back at us. If only we could revisit our accomplishments and achievements in the past year and our transition back into physical classes.
Now, hold on to that thought while we fasten our seatbelts and take a trip down the memory lane.
The PSBB Millennium OMR proudly presents the Annual Report 2021 to 22.
Our youth for the future, said Franklin D. Roosevelt. This is exactly what we do at the PSBB Millennium School, OMR. Nurture always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future, said Franklin D. Roosevelt. This is exactly what we do at the PSBB Millennium School, OMR, nurturing global citizens with Indian values. This has been at the core of our school, inspiring us these past 13 years. We would like to begin the annual report by paying our respects to late Dr. Mrs. Y.G. Parthasarathy, founder, PSBB Group of Schools. We would also like to acknowledge the unfailing support of Mr. Shantanu Prakash, Managing Trustee, Learning Leadership Foundation. The visionary guidance and support extended by Mr. Abhinav Dhar, Chairman and Managing Trustee, Learning Leadership Foundation. The consistent support of Mr. Y.G. Rajendra, Executive Trustee, Balabhavan Educational Trust, and Mrs. Sheila Rajendra, Dean and Director of the PSBB Group of Schools, have enabled the school to reach greater heights. Mrs. Rukmini Sridharan, Principal, continues to keep the flag flying high. We are proud to declare that the student strength is now 2,274. Here, it is worth mentioning that the 116 strong administrative and academic staff have given every bit of their best in continuing the excellent results of the school. The 4 coordinators have ensured a dedicated, student-centered educational environment.
A blemish in the moon doesn't undermine its value. Similarly, the shift to online mode did not diminish our enthusiasm either for academics or otherwise. We came up with the same whim, vigor and vitality to commit ourselves 100%. The PSBB Millennium School OMR through Microsoft Teams conducted online classes embedded in the school's learning app software FlipLearn. Sufficient training was also provided to the staff as well as students by a dedicated technical support team to ensure the smooth transition. The recorded videos aided better understanding of the technical procedure for the parent community as extended support. When it was time to go offline, the children easily adapted to physical mode, retaining the online class support for weekend sessions and co-scholastics, providing a hybrid learning experience. The chief aim of our school is to make our students excel in academics, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. In keeping with this, the academic achievements of the students are here for your appreciation. The overall toppers of Class 12 AISSCE board examinations for the academic year 2021-22 were Biology stream Niranjana A with a total of 490, Computer Science stream Sudesh Velusamy with a total of 490, Commerce stream Kushagra Sangal with a total of 488, Humanities stream Venkatraman R with a total of 485. We are proud to announce the centum scorers in the various subjects. Physics, Sudesh Velusamy; Maths, Shweta Shekhar; Computer Science, Harish Krishnan and Nikhil S.T.; Psychology, Venkatraman R; Entrepreneurship, Venkatraman R; Economics, Khwaish Sultania; Accountancy, Kushagra Sangal; Business Studies, Bhumika Krishna. The Class 10 AISSE results were yet again outstanding, with Sanjana Ramesh as the overall topper, scoring 496 out of 500. The best outgoing students for the year were Vibha Rajiv and Venkatraman R, both from the Humanities stream. One of the ways to empower our students is to bestow them with responsibilities, thus bringing out their innate qualities and organizational abilities. The school conducted elections for the student council body, and the investiture ceremony was held on the 31st of March 2022, which bestowed the rights and responsibilities on the students who had been elected for various posts. SPL boy Kalyan Vasudevan, SPL girl Janya Singh, ASPL boy Bhargav Sai Balaji, and ASPL girl Varsha P. Makwana, ably assisted by the other members of the student council body.
Through cultural and educational events hosted by the school, we ensure complete and all-round development of our children. The highlights of some of the events are as follows. The 13th annual day, Anubhuti, was celebrated virtually on 26 February 2022 on the theme Tathastu and was uploaded on YouTube. Srimati L. Gana Saraswati, founder, Lakshmi Narayana School of Music, Los Angeles, California, was the chief guest. The annual Project Day celebrations, Pradarshini, by the students of classes 1 to 5 was based on the theme Panchabhutatmakam, the 5 elements of nature, on the 29th of October 2021. The chief guest was Dr. Kuppasamy, senior scientist, Satyabama University. The aim and goal of bringing students together for a purpose and achieving synergic effect was greatly displayed through the models and exhibits done by the students of classes 1 to 5. The annual sports day was conducted virtually on the 18th of December 2021. The chief guest was Dr. Ilayaraja, Professor, Department of Physical Education and Sports, Pondicherry University. The PSBB Millennium School OMR's annual Inter-School Cultural Fest, Sulakshya, exclusive for middle schoolers, was conducted on 9 and 10 July 2021 on the theme Nexus.
One way to increase one circle of friends is to join like-minded people, to mix and collaborate, and in the process, socialize. Club activity is a classic example for this purpose. The various clubs of the school, creative writing, science and tech, art club, quiz club, theatre club, and media club strive to empower the children through various activities. A new entry this year, the Reading Club, was inaugurated on 28 January 2022 with the intention of inculcating the reading habit in children of classes 4 and 5 and 6 to 8. Students who are part of the Inter-PSBB Millennium Clubs were given in-depth training and the opportunity to participate in the Inter-PSBB Millennium competitions held across the branches. It is with great delight that we announce that the Vakya Yuddha Trophy was won both at the senior and junior levels by the PSBB Millennium, OMR, and declared the overall champions. In the Inter-PSBB Millennium Quiz competition, Questa, our school emerged runners-up at both the senior and junior levels. Our school students made us proud by bagging first place in the English prose and poetry creative writing category, third in the English poetry writing category, and consolation prizes in both the prose and poetry in Millennium Miraculum. Our children also proved themselves worthy by winning the third and consolation prizes in the Hindi prose. They also won the second, third, and consolation prizes in the Hindi poetry in Millennium Miraculum. Our students excelled yet again in the Inter-School Science and Technology Club contest, Eureka. Our students won the second and third places in the poster making event at the junior category and the third place in the senior category. Our students bagged the second place in the senior level and the first and second place in the super senior level in the presentation event. Our students participated enthusiastically in the Inter-Millennium Art Fest event. Our students bagged a winning position in painting and collage art.
The Eco Club of our school on 5th April conducted a campaign Save Soil, the nationwide initiative by Isha Foundation supported by the CBSE to bring awareness on soil conservation. Children at different levels participated in it, displaying posters and slogans and drafted letters addressed to the Prime Minister of India. The 4th Intra-School Science Fair Pragyan was held on 26 February 2022. The science fair aimed at nurturing the innovative and creative minds of the students of classes 4 to 9 and 11. The winners in the junior, senior and super senior categories were given trophies and certificates. The chief guest for the event was Mr. Rajiv Diman, General Manager, Mahindra Powerol. The annual art exhibition of the students of classes 1 to 5 conducted by the Art Club on 12th and 13th of April based on the theme Shades of Passion showcased the creativity and imagination of the children. The Interact Club of the school, in association with the Rotary Club of Madras, Srinagar, hosted the annual fundraising event Kalpataru on 29th January. The cultural extravaganza displayed the singing, dancing and enacting skills of our students. The Rotarians were very appreciative of the school's effort in continuing the event even during the pandemic times, as not many schools have ventured into such events in the past 2 years. We place on record our sincere thanks to all our parents who made this happen through their generous contribution. With the visionary guidance of our management, tie up with the Rotary Club and through the fund raised from the Kalpataru event, we were able to set up the science lab with equipment for the Government Higher Secondary School Cemetery, which was inaugurated by our principal on 31st March 2020. The Rotary Youth Leadership Awards program was also organized by the members of the Rotary Club of Madras, Srinagar, on the 19th of March in the school premises. The day saw fun-filled events along with seminars, games and cultural events that enable students to realize their leadership potential.
The Scouts and Guides movement was initiated with the purpose of inculcating values at a young age. Our first set of guides appeared for the Rajya Puraskar exam. The benefits of being a member of NCC are manifold. It paves the way for students to join the armed forces. There are several central and state government organizations which give special preference to NCC cadets. This year, the NCC wing of the school has seen the enthusiastic enrollment of many girls, which is heartening. In spite of another year of online classes, our tiny tots kept themselves busy with an array of events conducted by the school thanks to the efforts of the KG level team. Our students participated in many inter-school competitions and won laurels and accolades. Krisha Atul Dakoria, Rachel Tara Davis and Tanushri Shabad of class 10 participated in the World Scholars Cup, a global academic tournament, and qualified themselves to take part in the global round. Madhav Kulkarni of class 11C was adjudged the second runner-up in the Tamil Nadu division in the Times Inter-School Quiz 2021. He received a trophy, a cycle and Rs 30,000 worth coupon from Vedantu classes. Achyutan Venkateshan of class 11 was listed in the top 500 in India at 75. Youth Ideathon 2021, India's largest K-12 school-level ideas festival to harness innovation and entrepreneurship potential in young minds of India. Harish Krishnan and Nikhil ST of class 12C did us proud by bagging the second place in the quiz category competition Prodigy 2022 conducted by Anna University. Krishant K of 7A participated in the under 13 district level league cricket tournament and won the title of Best Player Award. Raghavan Satyanarayanan of class 7A completed the course of teacher training in yoga in the month of December in Rishikesh and is certified as a teacher trainer. Shweta Kriti SN of class 6D has been awarded the Natya Mail title for an outstanding performance in Bharatanatyam grade 4 examination. Maithili V of class 4E secured the first place in Little Leap Story Making Olympiad sponsored by Times of India NIE. More of the accolades are displayed here for you to witness.
Teachers attended many webinars, CBSE trainings and workshops for their betterment in teaching. On the occasion of International Yoga Day, teachers underwent yoga sessions by trainers from the Art of Living organization, Bengaluru, that taught them relaxation techniques. It gives us great joy and pride to note that our principal, Mrs. Rukmani Sridharan, has been nominated Treasurer of the Chennai Peripheral Sahodaya Cluster. Mrs. Suganya, the head of the Department of English, was a part of the material development team for the updation of the textbooks for classes 9 and 10 English Communicative Course CBSE. She has also been a part of the team that developed the Roadmap to Learning Outcomes NCERT and National Achievement Survey for NCERT. We are proud to announce that 5 of our teachers completed 10 years of service in the academic year 2021-22. Festivals were celebrated with enthusiastic participation by students at different levels. Krishna Jayanti, Onam, Diwali, Christmas, to name a few, was celebrated with fervor. Sudarshana Homam, the annual ritual, was performed with reverence. On the occasion of the 73rd Republic Day on the 26th January and the Parakram Divas on the 23rd January, the over 20,000 millenniumites made a video saluting our brave heroes, the soldiers, as a respect to them for their selfless service. Days like International Yoga Day, Independence Day, Gandhi Jayanti, Bharatiyar Day, Swagatam Margari, World Environment Day, National Cleanup Day, Go Green Day, International Literacy Day were all celebrated to instill in the students a sense of respect and responsibility towards people and environment.
The customary candlelight ceremony for the outgoing students of classes 10 and 12 was held on 21st April 2022. The chief guest, Dr. G.P. Ragini, retired professor of English and Education, Shastra University, addressed the students and gave her valuable inputs. The impact of the pandemic sent us all looking for different vaccines. While the teachers, admin staff and all others got themselves vaccinated, the students were administered vaccines at the school premises.
No greater place to be than in a leadership position to lead young minds to prosperity. So true it has been this wonderful academic year, thanks to the supporting management that helped us nurture and enhance the potential of each individual in our school. We also thank the parents for their unstinted support and cooperation. We thus draw the curtain on an eventful year 2021-22 and look forward to the coming years, seeking the blessings of the Almighty at every step. Thank you.
Oh my, it has truly been a remarkable year, hasn't it?
Yes, indeed. Looking back at all the laurels and accolades gained by our school in the past year really has made me realize how time flies and had me whizzing through the past and right back into reality.
The montage surely was a monument to an interim period of our lives, paving the way for the next stage.
Talking about the stage, I think ours is calling out to the next performance. So, what's next?
Well, take a guess. What usually accompanies dance?
Music?
Bullseye! We now have a live performance of this year's theme song.
I must add that I'm eager for it to start, as the lyrics of the song have been composed by our very own Jay Lakshmi ma'am of the Computer Science Department and Revati ma'am of the Tamil Department.
That's honestly so cool. I did not know that. Then, what are we waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this year's theme song, Hringaram.
Ranjana?
No, I haven't. But it makes perfect sense. Unlike the incomprehensible poems that we usually read. Boy, aren't they confusing?
Please don't start again. I'm sick of you always complaining. Instead, why don't you tell me the places you want to go?
That sounds fun. I'll start. I want to go to Disney World.
Ooh, getting to meet Mickey. I love it.
Then I want to go to the North Pole.
Might be a tad cold, but the northern lights are truly a wondrous sight.
And lastly, my simple wish of going to a garden and spending all my time there.
What? A garden? No way. That's where all the creepy, crawly insects are.
Insects are not that bad, Akash. They are good ones too. There's the honeybee, for an example, who gives sweet nectar.
And an agonizing sting and flies that cause food poison. I bet you can't name one insect that isn't dangerous.
Easy. Butterflies. They're pretty, colorful. They're even a great example among the motivational speakers who talk about tackling struggles. I saw my mom watching one such video on YouTube.
Butterflies provide motivation? I don't believe it. You're just spinning tales to get me to like insects.
No, I am not. You know what? I have a few friends of mine here to show us the various life lessons that we can learn from a butterfly. Would that be convincing?
Let's see. When does the show start?
Right now. I'm sure my friends from classes 1, 2, and 3 will rock the stage with their performance.
Hello everyone, I am the Queen Butterfly. I am here to convey something special about me. We butterflies cover ourselves up inside a cocoon for months and are not seen evidently by others. Yes, that's an incognito stage. However, we are not inactive. Rather, the process of development happens. After this brief stage in hiding, we emerge as a fully developed butterflies with beautiful and colorful wings. Do you know the butterflies have mastered the art of disguise? With so many natural predators, birds, spiders and small mammals, some of us disguise ourselves in order to survive. Come, let's emerge beautifully just like the butterflies and make our lives colorful too.
was a mesmerizing display of colors. The little ones truly spread their wings and wowed us.
Niranjana was right. The kids did a great job. They were all so cute. I hope Niranjana and Akash have settled their argument though.
Me too. But if I have to pick sides, I'm going with Niranjana. We have the same favorite insect, butterflies.
Well, my personal favorite is the eight-legged arachnid, the spider, and bonus points if it's radioactive.
Classic Aditi. Always stuck in your sci-fi world. Don't you know there are many heroes from real life and history? I can think of one right now whose story actually involves a spider.
Whoa, really? Tell me more, Harish, tell me more.
It's quite long actually, and I definitely need a break from dealing with you. How about I show it to you?
Show it to me. It'll surely help. But
Perfect then. Next up is a play by the superstars of classes 4 and 5 dealing with the themes of hard work, perseverance, and refusing to give up.
So sit back and enjoy the next piece of the day, From Isolation to Jubilation.
Before we move on, we request all the parents to occupy the empty seats and remain seated. Thank you.
Behind all comfort humans seek, there is a mini war. Just as a bud waits from within before blooming into a flower, so do we, as humans, undergo phases of solitude before achieving something big. We have all heard of the famous motivational quote, "Try, try, try till you succeed." But do you know the origin of this saying? It is the story of King Robert the Bruce, the legendary Scottish warrior who fought courageously against the British to emancipate Scotland from the British rule. We fight not for glory, nor for wealth, nor honor, but only for freedom, which no good man surrenders but with his life. Any battle is not without failures. Robert Bruce didn't achieve freedom for his country in a day. With his small army, he waged 6 wars against the stronger, bigger British, but lost each time. A refugee in his own country, fugitive Robert the Bruce hides in the forests and caves. Oh, how long should I live like this in hiding? The shattered king, while in contemplation, spots a spider making its way up by weaving a web. He watches it intently as it toils, holding its threads gently but firmly. Each time the spider falls, it climbs back with an unwavering spirit. Robert the Bruce sees similarity in his struggle and the spider's struggle. This spider is very similar to me. I also tried to fight the British Army 6 times and failed. Tries again for the 7th time. Will she succeed this time or will she fail again? The spider's silk takes a firm hold and the spider manages to spin a web. Watching the spider finally succeed, Robert finds inspiration. Let me try once more. I just might win. Who knows? With resolution, Robert the Bruce returns with an army of brave Scotsmen and fights the British, winning the war. A day in June 2020 at Mithali's house. A complete lockdown declared due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, the world has come to a standstill. How I wish I could go out, meet my friends and attend school. I miss my school, friends and going on long bicycle rides to the park. A period of darkness has gripped the entire world, crippling mankind, bringing humans to their knees and the world to a halt. Yet all is not lost. In trying times such as this, we should not lose hope. It enables one to see that there is light even in times of darkness. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. The war has started. The war against Corona. Every giant leap begins with one small step by man. Small wonders have brought the world back on its feet. The extent of the impact of Corona has begun to diminish.
Hello.
Wow, that is amazing. Don't get me wrong, King Bruce is no Peter Parker, but going undercover to fight bad guys is something that will be cool no matter who does it.
I know. The most fascinating thing about his story was how determined he was. When the odds were stacked against him, he felt defeated, but kept soldiering on.
An incy, wincy spider saved Scotland by giving the king the most powerful weapon in the world, hope. And that gave him the motivation to fight for his country, even though at the end he thought there was no way home.
God, now I know how Harish feels when Aditi starts making all those Marvel puns. But coming back to the topic at hand, that performance took my breath away. Those kids totally rocked.
I know, right? Truly marvelous. I wish I was half as good as them. But when I tried to dance, but when I tried to sing, never mind. Let's not talk about it.
I knew it. Perhaps I saw you auditioning?
Oh, come on. It really can't be that bad. A little bit of exaggeration, I'm sure.
Oh, trust me, it probably was.
Then why didn't you take up lessons of some sorts during the lockdown then?
I know, right? I saw so many advertisements while scrolling down Insta for cooking, for baking, for singing, and get this, even swimming.
Oh my god, I remember those times. Dalgona Coffees, Ludo King, Fall Guys, and Among Us.
The lockdown greatly helped us reflect and work on ourselves, didn't it? Everyone I knew picked up at least one new hobby or skill.
Wait, I just realized something. Our Tima Gitavas is not just about the Mahabharatam. It's also about us. It's about how we acquired new skills during the pandemic. What? I came up with it all by myself.
Took you long enough. This was the very first thing that we even discussed. You really need to pay more attention, Mira.
I'm sorry, could you repeat it once more?
No, but you're in luck. We have an entire play put by the English department in which a family discusses the repercussions of the pandemic and draws feathers from the trials and tribulations faced by the Pandavas during their Agyatvas.
At least pay attention this time.
I said I'm sorry. Before I go, I would like to request the red Swift color car parked in front of the apartment building, TN075348, to move the car as it's causing...
A modern family set in Tamil Nadu at a time when masks were mandatory and restrictions aplenty. They're talking about the skills they've developed during the lockdown, much similar to the Pandavas during their Agyatavas.
Malvika, Reema, I've just made yummy misal pav. Come, try some.
Coming! I could do with a snack after my dance class. I am exhausted. Pa, have you been cooking? That's great. You have put the lockdown to good use. I have an idea. I will launch the Cook with Dad app.
Wow, look at us. We have certainly upgraded ourselves this lockdown, haven't we? We have converted scars into stars.
I agree, Pa. We are so lucky to have access to so many resources. I wonder what skills people developed when facilities like the internet and laptops were unavailable. We couldn't learn coding back then, but we still had activities like music, dance, and cooking to keep ourselves engaged. I have finally got the time to hone my dancing skills. Ma, you learned dancing? Can't believe it. Show us a few steps.
The skills your mother mentioned have been existent for centuries and are still being learned by many. We often see this in various stories and historical references, don't we?
Now that I think about it, wasn't there a chapter in the lives of the Pandavas where they picked up various skills aside from their duties as princes?
Yes, the Agyatvas, their 13th year of exile.
Agyatvas? I'm familiar with the Pandavas of the Mahabharata, but what is Agyatvas?
Well then, let me tell you a Kutti story. Yudhishthir, the eldest of the Pandavas, lost a game of dice against Shakuni, the uncle of the Kauravas. As punishment, the Pandavas and their wife, Draupadi, were exiled for 13 years. During their last year of exile, the Pandavas were mandated to stay incognito with no one recognizing them. This incognito period is referred to as Agyatvas.
They spent this period of time in the kingdom of Virat. Well, the lockdown hasn't been completely beneficial though. While many gained new responsibilities, many others had to bear loss. It has definitely changed all of us as people. And it is most unfortunate that we lost touch with so many of our friends. Alas, we got busy in our little mundane lives, and so did they. Nearly 2 years with little to no social interaction is certainly not what I would call ideal for one's mental health.
You know, Malvika, the Agyatvas wasn't a cakewalk for the Pandavas and Draupadi. Shielding one's skills is harder than wielding them. They could not afford to be recognized in their last year of exile. Neither could they meet each other out in the open, nor could they meet their ailing mother, Kunti, whom they had to leave at Hastinapur. There were so many other problems they had to deal with.
My dear brothers, perhaps it's impossible to wear an identity without bearing the brunt of that mask. The three things that cannot be hidden for long are the sun, the moon, and the truth. My greatest fear continues to torment me day and night. How much longer can we keep these identities guarded and hope that we aren't recognized? And this patient pretense as a dancer, playing the drum for the princess, only to be insulted by the prince. I have been counting days ever since, and it seems so near, yet so far.
Is our current situation not ridiculous? The ace archer Arjun plays the drums as dancer Brihanalla. I, the powerful Bhima, am a cook. Emperor Yudhishthira, you are another king's servant. My skillful brothers Nakul and Sahadeva, in charge of the king's stable and cattle. And Draupadi, who once had 1,000 maids, now serves the queen of Matsya. Oh, and how I miss Hastinapur and its delicacies. What a pity.
I haven't had a staple meal for days. Taking care of the royal stable, breeding the horses, and training the equines certainly haven't been the easiest of tasks. It really doesn't do any justice to my beauty and knowledge. In fact, I should be on the field this very moment, showcasing my swordsmanship, not grazing horses. Oh brothers, how much longer must we keep up the masquerade? How much longer shall the world be deprived of our extraordinary skills?
Herding cattle obviously doesn't come with appreciation. It's extremely difficult for me to come to terms with the fact that I am not being recognized for my work. It's a feeling so hard to put up with, and even more so to get used to. What wouldn't I give to live in our palace, even if just for a day? Our heads, which were once up with much pride, have been forced down.
I have dealt with enough mistreatment. No more do I wish to live like this.
Draupadi, does the queen not treat you well?
That is not the case. Kichaka, the commander-in-chief of this land, misbehaves with me. He reminds me of Duryodhan and Uncle Shakuni. When I think of them, my blood boils with anger. These open tresses of mine choke me, and the people of Matsya, they think of us as cowards.
Draupadi, it doesn't befit you to cry due to these circumstances. We shall avenge your mistreatment.
These are testing days. Neither can these be destroyed by Arjun's arrows, nor by the swords of Nakul and Sahadev. My spear and Bhima's mace cannot be of any help either. But what can help? Only our disguises and our patience. Brothers, Draupadi, these days will pass at their own pace. 12 years are over, aren't they? This year too will pass. One has to laugh in moments like these. Danger is the only thing worth laughing at.
The family realizes they can go back to the way things used to be by drawing inspiration from the Pandavas.
It's truly remarkable when we reflect on how much patience and hope they had. In retrospect, patience and hope, the most important things that got them through this time.
Definitely, Ma. If they possessed such great bravery and wisdom, their Agyatvas must have surely been successful, right, Pa?
Well, the final moments were definitely challenging.
Challenging? Why so? Matsya was attacked by the Kauravas on the last day of their exile, not without reason. The Kauravas were confident that the Pandavas would come out and fight the war, thus revealing their identities before the end of the Agyatvas. However, Nakul, Sahadev, Yudhishthira and Bhima fought the war alongside King Virat and his army on the northern front while in disguise. When the southern front of the kingdom was attacked and there was no one on the war front, Uttar went along with Brihanalla to fight the war.
According to Arjun's calculation, the Pandavas' Agyatvas would end as soon as the sun set. He retrieved his Gandiva and set off to teach Prince Duryodhan the laws of the battlefield. After the war, the Kauravas retreated. However,
how dare they? Why do these Pandavas always make everything so hard for us? Their Agyatavas hasn't even ended yet.
Yes, we thought it was possible for us to be in control forever. But they are being exceptionally difficult. It seems that even this 13-year exile hasn't extinguished their spirits.
This is infuriating, Mama Shri. Their exile should be extended for another 12 years with the 13th year of Agyatavas. Let them suffer more.
Precisely, my child. They have defied our words. But don't you worry. Mercy cannot aid one to the throne. The Pandavas will have to pay the price. The time is ripe for me to come up with a better plan. They won't know what hit them.
Control yourselves, Shakuni and Duryodhan. The Pandavas are resilient, but their patience is wearing thin, and for good reason too. After all, they are the rightful rulers of Hastinapur.
So, did they reclaim their kingdom by the end? While Duryodhana and Shakuni argued with Bhishma over the success of the Pandavas' Agyatwas, the 5 Pandava brothers had other plans. They prepared to wage war against the 100 Kauravas once and for all, to reclaim their throne and to avenge the ill treatment of Draupadi.
The Pandavas' years in exile had changed them as people. They discovered a lot about themselves and their world and went through immense hardships. But because of their bravery and the faith they had in each other, they managed to win back the life they deserved.
The COVID-19 pandemic has given us memories to cherish, but also adversities to cope with. However, our hope of getting back to our pre-COVID lives has kept us going. The pandemic has forced us to take up different roles, and we've come out more capable than before. And the sweetest part is that we're almost there. Normalcy doesn't seem too far away.
Well, yes, every chapter has to come to an end before the next one begins, doesn't it, my dear? And now it's time for our Agyatwas to come to an end, making way for a glorious new beginning.
That was very insightful. Did we just travel back in time? It almost felt like we were in the kingdom of Virat watching the Pandavas live on Hotstar.
It was also relatable on so many levels. Did I mention that I sailed through the initial phase of lockdown only by watching episodes of Mahabharata on TV? It was our favorite family pastime.
Oh, same here. So many lengthy conversations would take place after each episode, and one person would not understand anything and ask for subtitles.
Is this the way to the Bharat Gana Sabha where the Mahabharata dance is taking place?
Yes, sir. Go straight and take a left.
Oh, thank you. Who was that, and what were they talking about?
Didn't you recognize them? He's the online master chef dad who tells amazing stories about Indian mythology to his kid. They're here to watch the Bharata Gana Sabha, that is staging a dance titled Nirvasanam, depicting the key events of the Mahabharata.
Oh, I love listening to stories from Mahabharata. Did you know it's the longest poem and is also a story of love, courage, dharma, politics, greed, and so much more?
Sounds fun. Can you go watch it too?
Of course, yes.
Duryodhana visited the spectacular palace Maya Sabha, which was the proud possession of the Pandavas, built with illusions where ponds look like floors and floors look like ponds. that what cannot be done with the sword could be done with guile, and with that in mind, the Kauravas won the game of dice. Virata Parva is the 13th year of exile, which the Pandavas must spend incognito to avoid another 12 years of exile in the forest. They do so in the court of Virata, where they assume a variety of identities.
జను తాంగు జను తదన ధనత జను తదన జను తకదిన తాం తకదిన దీగిణంగు తకటాత కిట తకద తళంగు తళంగు తం తదిగిణంగు తకటాత కిట తక తదిగిణంగు తం దీగిణంగు తకటాత కిట తకద తళంగు తకదం కృతగదగిడదం తదిగిణంగు తకటాత కిట తక తదిగిణంగు తకదం కృతగదగిడదం తే 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 ఆ తే 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 తా తే 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 ఆ తే 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 తా తే 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 ఆ తే 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 తా తే 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 ఆ తే తే मोर मुकुट पीतांबर शोभे गलवै जयंती माल नूपुर की ध्वनि चनन चनन च रसिक बिहारी लाल रसिक बिहारी लाल रसिक बिहारी लाल मोहि छोड़ छोड़ माधव 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 मोहि छोड़ छोड़ माधव माधव माधव
முதல்வரே நீரமக்கு சமமாம் அடுத்தவரே நீரே சமையலில் முதல்வர் நடன சாலையும் உமக்கே அளித்தேன் நன்றாய் துலக துறை நீர் ஆனிரை காப்பீரே அன்பரே அது போதும் அனைவரும் வாழ்த்திட செய்வீரே அனைவரும் வாழ்த்திட செய்வீரே.
Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra and Arjuna, was still in his mother's womb when he first heard his uncle Krishna telling Subhadra about the secret of the almost impenetrable military formation known as the Chakravyuha. But then she fell asleep while listening, and so the unborn child was able to hear only a part of the secret. Karna, the son of Princess Kunti and sun god Surya, is known as the greatest archer of Mahabharata. He suffers inordinately for choices he makes in order to transcend his destiny. He was a great follower of Dharma, but he was also indebted by Duryodhana's support. He was lost and killed by Arjuna in the battlefield. Life throws a lot of challenges and problems at us, but in spite of it, we overcome these challenges and emerge successful.
Let's take expialidocious dance.
Ooh, fancy words. But I just realized so many different kinds of people are here. It's truly a testament to how our traditional epics are always relevant and can stand the test of time.
Exactly. As times change, our interpretations of the story may vary, but that's just a part of what makes the Mahabharata so special.
Wait, who is that now?
Snehal, how could you not know who that is? That's Mrs. Janaki Joshi.
Wow, that is very helpful. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Snehal, did you even go through the synopsis that was given to us backstage? Don't tell me you were busy watching cat videos on your phone. Again, I don't even understand what's so funny in it.
Go easy on him, you two. I don't expect everyone to know who I am.
Wow, that is very kind of her. But I'd really like to know more though.
Well, if my watch is correct, I think it's time we hear about her story.
Let me guess. There's a catch?
Maybe, maybe not. But tell me this, Snehal. Would you consider yourself a polyglot?
A person who's fluent in many different languages. Well, sort of, I guess. Why do you ask?
Then it's your chance to prove yourself.
Presenting Lakshyam, a story of resilience and hard work, which starts off in Hindi, continues in Sanskrit, and concludes closer to home in Tamil. Let's see how well you follow, Snehal.
निर्धारित कर लेता है तो कोई भी कार्य असंभव नहीं होता। कुछ ऐसा ही हुआ इस परिवार में।
एक था जोशी परिवार जो हर प्रकार से संपन्न सुखी जीवन व्यतीत करता था।
दुख से परे हर कार्य को सफलता से पूर्ण करता था।
आइए देखिए इस परिवार की एक झलक।
माता सुबह उठते ही स्नान ध्यान कर बच्चों के पसंद का खाना अलग, बुजुर्गों का ध्यान कर उनका खाना अलग बनाती है।
हर दिन अच्छा खाना, बाहर जाना, बेहिसाब जेब खर्च इत्यादि बच्चों के लिए एक स्वाभाविक कार्य बन चुका था।
बेटा, अपने खर्च को रोको। हमें पैसे बचाने चाहिए। समय एक सा नहीं रहता। हमें जरूरत के अनुसार ही खर्च करना चाहिए।
हाँ बेटा, माँ सही कह रही है। हमें पैसे बचाने चाहिए। हर वक्त का घूमना फिरना अच्छा नहीं है। अभी आपके पढ़ने लिखने का समय है।
माँ, हमें जीवन में हर कार्य करना चाहिए, पर साथ ही मस्ती भी करनी चाहिए ना। प्लीज पिताजी, हमें कहीं विदेश घुमा लाइए। मेरे बहुत सारे दोस्त भी घूमने जाते हैं।
पिता वो हर कार्य करते जिससे उनके परिवार के सदस्यों को खुशी मिलती थी।
धर्म स्थलों की यात्रा करवाकर अपने माता पिता को खुश रखने से लेकर बच्चों का तथा पत्नी के सुख का ध्यान भी रखते थे।
पर एक दिन समय का चक्र कुछ ऐसा घूमा कि सब निराशा में तब्दील हो गया।
आज आप बड़े उदास लग रहे हैं। क्या हुआ? सब ठीक तो है ना?
आज हमारी कंपनी बंद हुई। काफी दिनों से कुछ बातें चल रही थी, पर कोई काम नहीं बना और आज कंपनी के साथ मेरी नौकरी भी चली गई।
चिंता ना करे, लक्ष्मी माँ किसी से कभी भी रुष्ट नहीं होती। समय कभी एक सा नहीं रहता। सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
2 महीने बीत गए।
पिता हर तरफ आगे बढ़ते, लेकिन मानो हर बार उन्हें निराशा ही हाथ लगती।
घर में सबकी हालत धीरे धीरे खराब होने लगी और एक हंसते खेलते परिवार में दुख के बादल घिर आए।
हाँ, क्या मुझे कुछ पैसे दे सकती हो? मुझे नए कपड़े चाहिए।
बच्चों, तुम्हें तो पता ही है पिताजी की नौकरी नहीं है। बेटा, हमें सभी के बारे में सोचना चाहिए ना। सब कुछ ध्यान में रखते हुए आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। मैंने कभी नौकरी नहीं की है, इसलिए तुम्हारे पिताजी का कोई साथ नहीं दे पा रही हूँ। पिताजी की चिंता से तुम अनभिज्ञ भी नहीं हो।
आप पिताजी का साथ दे सकती हो माँ। आपके हाथों में बहुत स्वाद का जादू है। क्यों ना आप इसका फायदा उठाकर पैसे कमाओ। मेरे सभी दोस्त आपके खाने के दीवाने हैं।
पर हम ये सब करेंगे कैसे?
माँ, आज का युग सोशल मीडिया का है। आज के जमाने में आप घर बैठे कुछ भी कर सकती हो। लोग तो घर से काम करके लाखों में कमा लेते हैं।
अच्छा, मैं अपने कॉलेज के दिनों के बाद इतना बाहर नहीं गई हूँ, इसलिए बाहर के बदलाव को नहीं जानती। कैसे बदलाव आ रहे हैं। इतने वर्षों तक तो मैं अपने घर को ही अपनी दुनिया मानकर जी रही थी। क्या तुम दोनों को लगता है मैं ये सब कर पाऊंगी?
हाँ माँ, क्यों नहीं। और मैं और छोटी है ना आपके साथ, हम आपको घर बैठे दुनिया दिखा देंगे। आप ही तो बताती हो कैसे महाभारत में पांडवों ने अपनी शक्ति की पहचान अज्ञातवास में की थी, वैसे ही अब हम भी। ये देखो।
अरे वाह, क्या बढ़िया रेसिपी है। मैं कल ही ये नई रेसिपी पहले घर पर बनाती हूँ। तुम सब खाकर बताना, अगर अच्छी बन जाए फिर हम इसे बाहर वालों को भी खिला सकते हैं।
अगली सुबह तैयार होकर माँ रेसिपी बनाने लगती है।
डिश पूरी तरीके से बनने के बाद वो बच्चों को बुलाती और खिलाती हैं।
एक निवाला खाते ही बच्चे खुशी से झूम उठते हैं और अपनी खुशी माँ को जाहिर करते हैं।
माँ, ऐसा करते हैं, हम इसके फोटो को सोशल मीडिया पर डालते हैं, आपके नए कुकिंग पेज पर।
देखते हैं हमें क्या परिणाम मिलता है और इसी के साथ साथ ऑर्डर करने के लिए भी अपना नंबर लिख देते हैं।
माँ, आपकी सहेलियों का भी एक ग्रुप बना ही देते हैं और उससे भी ऑर्डर ले लेते हैं।
दोनों बच्चों ने और पति ने माँ का पूरा साथ दिया।
कुछ समय लगा, पर धीरे धीरे वह सब कामयाबी की सोपान चढ़ने लगे।
उन चारों ने मिलकर एक रेस्टोरेंट भी खोल लिया।
और वह कहते हैं ना कि समय कभी एक सा नहीं होता। कामयाबी का सफर नापते हुए वही औरत जो आज तक घर से बाहर कभी काम करने के लिए नहीं निकली थी, वो आज एक चेन ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट्स की मालकिन बनकर बैठी थी।
पिता को फिर से एक अच्छी कंपनी में अच्छा पद प्राप्त हो गया और दोनों बच्चे भी अपनी जिंदगी में खुश रहने लगे। एक दिन की बात है जब पुत्र विद्यालय गया।
सुप्रभातं महोदये। सुप्रभातं छात्राः। किं सर्वे कुशलिनः? आम् आचार्य। शोभनम्। ह्यः अस्माभिः उद्यमः कार्यसाधकः इति विषये पठितः। अद्य तस्मिन् विषये चर्चा भविष्यति। वयं सिद्धाः आचार्ये। अस्तु, अस्मिन् विषये स्वानुभवान् कथयन्तु।
अध्यापिके, मम परिवारे एतादृशी स्थितिः आसीत्। मम पितुः उद्योगः नष्टः। धनाभावात् मम माता स्वकौशलेन उद्यमेन च परिवारस्य पोषणं कृतवती। अधुना भोजनशालां सञ्चालयन्ती, धनार्जनमपि करोति।
अत्युत्तमम्। एतादृशरीत्या वयमपि स्वजीवने सफलाः भवामः। धन्यवादः।
சாத்திரங்கள் பல பல கற்பராம், சௌரியங்கள் பல பல செய்வராம், மூத்த பொய்மைகள் யாவும் அழிப்பராம், மூடக்கட்டுகள் யாவும் தகர்ப்பராம், காத்து மானிடர் செய்கை அனைத்தையும் கடவுளர்க்கினிதாகச் சமைப்பராம் என்ற பாரதியின் வரிகளுக்கேற்ப இன்றைய காலகட்டத்தில் பெண்கள் அனைத்து துறைகளிலும் வெற்றி கொடி நாட்டுகின்றனர். தமக்கு தாமே புதிய பாதையை வகுக்கும் அவர்களின் தனித்திறமை நாளுக்கு நாள் மேம்பட்டுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. வானவில் சமூக அமைப்பின் சார்பில் பெண் சாதனையாளரை கௌரவிக்கும் விழாவில் நாமும் கலந்து கொண்டு பெண்மையை போற்றி மகிழ்வோமா? கடவுள் வாழ்த்து.
உலகம் யாவையும் தாபுலவாக்களும் நிலை பெறுதலும் நீக்கலும் நீங்களா அழகிலா விளையாட்டுடையாரவர் தலைவர் அன்னவர்க்கே சரணாங்களே.
அடுத்து வானவில் சமூக அமைப்பின் நிர்வாகி திருமதி சுமதி சங்கர் அவர்கள் வழங்கும் வரவேற்புரை.
கனிவோடு காக்க, நோக்க நோக்க நேயமுடன் நோக்க, தவிர்க்க தவிர்க்க தீயவைகள் தவிர்க்க, சிறக்க சிறக்க எண்ணங்கள் சிறக்க, செழிக்க செழிக்க நல்லறங்கள் செழிக்க, சீர்பெற்று அவனியிலே சிறப்புடன் வாழ இறைவனை துதித்து இங்குள்ள அனைவரையும் வருக வருக என வரவேற்பதில் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். துன்பம் கண்டு துவளாமல், விதி என்று முடங்காமல், மதிகொண்டு உழைப்பால் முன்னேறிய திருமதி ஜானகி ஜோஷி அவர்களுக்கு உள்ளம் நிறைந்த பாராட்டுகள். அவர்கள் மேன்மேலும் பல சாதனைகள் புரிந்து சிறப்படைய எனது மனமார்ந்த வாழ்த்துக்கள். பெண் சாதனையாளர் திருமதி ஜானகி ஜோஷி அவர்களை பெருமிதப்படுத்தும் வகையில் நடனமாடி மகிழ்விக்க வரும் மாணவர்கள். உடலும் உள்ளமும் மகிழ்ச்சியால் தான் நலமும் வளமும் பெறுகிறது என்பதை தங்களுடைய நடனத்தால் வெளிப்படுத்திய மாணவர்களின் திறமை மிக அருமையாக இருந்தது. அடுத்து வாழ்த்துக்கும் வணக்கத்துக்கும் உரிய ஆண்டு விழா சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் அவர்களை திருமதி ஜானகி ஜோஷி அவர்களுக்கு சாதனையாளர் விருதினை வழங்கி சிறப்பிக்குமாறு வானவில் சமூக அமைப்பின் சார்பில் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். விருது வழங்கி பெண்மையை போற்றி சிறப்பித்த சிறப்பு விருந்தினருக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. அடுத்து தளர்ச்சி கருதாது வளர்ச்சி ஒன்றே வாழ்வின் மகிழ்ச்சியாக கொண்டு சாதனை புரிந்து பல குடும்பங்களுக்கு விளக்கேற்றிய திருமதி ஜானகி ஜோஷி அவர்களை சிறப்புரை வழங்குமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். இங்கு கூடியிருக்கும் அனைவருக்கும் எனது சிரம் தாழ்ந்த வணக்கங்களை உரிதாக்குகிறேன். இவ்விழாவில் என்னை சிறப்பித்து விருது வழங்கிய வானவில் சமூக அமைப்பிற்கும் விருதினை வழங்கிய சிறப்பு விருந்தினருக்கும் என் நெஞ்சார்ந்த வணக்கத்தை கூறி தொடங்குகின்றேன். அன்பும் மரமும் அனைத்தையும் வெல்லும் அணைக்கும் கரங்கள் அறநெறி காக்கும் பண்பும் பொறையும் பல மொழி பேசி பகலோன் நிலமோடு கலந்தாய் ஒளிரும் வம்பும் விகற்பமும் பகையோடு கொன்று வறுமை வருத்த வறட்சியும் மருளை நாட அனைத்து துயரம் விட்டோடுமே. எஸ், அஃப்கோர்ஸ், என்னுள் ஒளிந்திருந்த ஆற்றலை வெளிக்கொணர்ந்து துன்பச் சூழலில் இருந்து காத்து எனக்கு உதவிய அனைவருக்கும் மேலும் இவ்விருதினை வழங்கி என்னை சிறப்பித்து ஊக்கப்படுத்திக் கொண்டிருக்கும் வானவில் சமூக அமைப்பிற்கும் எனது நன்றியை இச்சபையின் முன் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நல்லதை எண்ணி நலம் பெறச் செய்யும் நற்செயல்களின் மூலம் நல்லதோர் கனி கிடைத்திடும் என்று கூறி மீண்டும் ஒரு முறை அனைவருக்கும் எனது மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகள் கூறி விடை பெறுகின்றேன். இவ்விழாவினை சிறப்பித்த அனைத்து நல்லுள்ளங்களுக்கும் எங்களது அமைப்பின் சார்பில் மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். கோடி கோடி நன்மை தரும் நற்செயலை எந்நாளும் நாடி நாடி செய்தல் நலம். வீட்டையும் நாட்டையும் வாழ்வித்து புகழ் நிறுத்தி வையத்துள் வாழ்வாங்கு வாழ்வோமாக. உள்ளுவதெல்லாம் உயர் உள்ளல் என்ற வள்ளுவரின் நெறிமுறைகளை நெஞ்சில் பதித்து நேர்மையால் உழைப்போம். தொடர்ந்து தடம் பதித்து உயர்வோம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
அருமை, Arpudam Brahmandam.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा.
Anena yayate, udyamena nishchena, karyani siddhayanti. Jokes aside though, that is a brilliant play with an interesting crux. The COVID-19 pandemic surely was a period of hiding, but as the days unfurled, we had to take up new roles and step up against the challenges that cropped up.
All of this reminds me of another one of my favorite quotes. Yesterday, we dared to struggle. Today, we dare to win.
Well said, Mira. Life is a journey that's all about learning from experiences. Surely, we would all agree that we learned so much from this mega incident in our lives.
Very true. Every form of life, even the smallest ones, can impart inspirational lessons to carry forward. Times may be tough, but so are we. And as we sail through turbulent times, we get the opportunity to learn, grow, and spread our wings for a magnificent flight.
Pearls of wisdom, Snehal. Along those lines, next up, we have a dance. Truly one of its kind, as nature teaches mankind an arousing lesson to turn the pain into power.
An enthralling performance. A glimpse of a grand metamorphosis awaits the audience. A taste of its innocence, a feel of its struggles, and a hand in its battle. The final leap of freedom is here as we step into the most awaited,
most anticipated,
and most awe-inspiring segment of today's show, Parishram, the grand finale.
we request all the parents to remain for the official ceremony? Thank you. Stay for the official ceremony as well. Now, what was that? Electrifying? Wouldn't even begin to describe it.
Exactly. So much energy and a beautiful expression of emotions. I think we owe them another thunderous round of applause.
I could barely contain my enthusiasm throughout the number. Man, it's sad how we have to bring things to a close now. I hate when good things come to an end.
Come on, Mira. Don't be such a drama queen.
Yeah, after all, every cloud has a silver lining.
Actually, you have a point. Nothing ever ends, Kamalika. Nothing ever ends.
Oh, really? Then why are we ending now? Tell me what the beginning is.
Well, if you had bothered to look through the itinerary, you would know that the official program of the day is yet to commence.
I might have skimmed through the Google Doc.
What a shocker. We now pass on the baton to Madhav Kulkarni, Quiz Club Secretary, for the official ceremony.
Also, we have a feedback form issued. It's placed outside the hall. We would love to hear all of your feedback, so please do fill it out and put it in the Dropbox.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. It's my pleasant duty to bid you all a cordial welcome. I am Madhav Kulkarni, your compeer for the official program. On behalf of the entire team, I would like to acknowledge that we are truly grateful for the overwhelming response we have got for our 14th annual day, Anubhuti. We have seen multiple phenomenal performances until now, and I'm sure you have enjoyed them thoroughly. And with that, I would like to begin the official program for the day. Without any further ado, I now request the chief guest, Shri Shijit Nambiar and Srimati Parvati Menon, to join us on stage, accompanied by our principal, Mrs. Rukmini Sridhar. We now have Amrita Varshni Anand, Secretary, Theatre Club, and Varada Jayaprakash, Secretary, Heritage Club, to introduce the chief guests.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Here with us today, we have two artists who have dedicated their entire lives to mastering the art of dancing. A pair that can rightfully be called a power couple, Shri Shijit Nambiar and Srimati Parvati Menon. They are professional Bharatanatyam dancers who have captivated dance enthusiasts across the globe with their enthralling performances.
Shri Shijit Nambiar is an internationally acclaimed performer, choreographer, and teacher of Bharatanatyam. As a former faculty member at the world-famous Kalakshetra Foundation for the Performing Arts, Shri Shijit has developed an independent creative identity based on his artistic versatility. A multitude of his productions have been screened on both national and international stages, where they have been appreciated by critics and the general public alike. His exceptional sense of music and rhythm exemplifies his choreographic skills with unique, traditional innovations. Srimati Parvati Menon is a dedicated practitioner and instructor of Bharatanatyam. Having studied dance at Kalakshetra, she has since pursued an extremely successful independent career in performance. Both her outstanding expressive skills and her fluency with the traditional dance repertoire render her performances with an extraordinary elegance.
The Bharatanatyam duo are the young ambassadors of the art form. Their performances, both at Indian and international dance venues, continue to captivate viewers with the spiritual power of Bharatanatyam. It is the love and dedication they have towards the art that inspires them to be exemplary in their field. It is this dedication that earned them the Ustad Bismillah Khan Yuva Puraskar from the Sangeet Natak Academy, India. It is an honor to have such gurus amidst us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Amrita Vashni and Varada. Once again, it's a privilege to have you here, sir and ma'am. And I now request our principal, Mrs. Rukmani Sridharan, to felicitate the chief guests. Thank you, ma'am. I now request our chief guest, Sri Shrijit Nambiar, to address the gathering. Sir, please welcome to the dais.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. When the moment bring my palm together, keeping away all my egos, my likes, my dislikes, my cravings, my aversion. In that true sense, I bow to the divinity in you. In that very meaningful word, in that very meaningful sense, my humble namaskaram to all of you. So this is what, language put forth. The wonderful meanings, truthness, sense and sensibility. In that sense, when I say Gurubhyo Namaha, the experience and exposure I get from all of you to lead me to the path of knowledge. I hope all of you know the meaning, the word Guru. Guru, Gu means darkness, Ru means to remove the darkness. See, look at that wonderful essence our Indian language conveys. And I should say that English is a very limited language. A very limited language means the kind of expression Sanskrit, Tamil, Malayalam, all our language provides, it is something incredible. In each level of understanding, you find new meanings. You might be wondering why I am talking about Indian language and Sanskrit. The only reason is the kind of the subject, the theme that we witnessed today. Agyatavas. And what is the result? Anubhuti. The experience. When I was sitting there, I was just thinking, Ramayanam gives you the complete story of Rama. And Kalidasa's Kumara Sambhavam gives you an holistic approach of Shiva's life. And Mahabharatam gives you a beautiful story about Krishna and what PSBB provides. What? It opens up and it takes you to experience the inner self, the inner journey. In that true sense, thank you for having invited us for this wonderful performance. And I know, it's truly mesmerizing. Thank you. Thank you for having invited us once again. And namaskaram to all of you.
Thank you, sir. It was truly astonishing to know how every Indian aspect of our culture has its own significance and importance. With that, I would now request our ma'am to address the gathering. Please welcome to the dais.
Namaskaram. My humble pranams to all of you seated here, to Srimati Rukmini Sridharan. Congratulations to ma'am and her wonderful team of teachers and students for this exquisite morning. We have had a very deep connection with Srimati YG Parthasarathi, and if she was here today, she would have been so proud. Every aspect of our Indian culture, tradition, all the values that have to be imbibed from a very young age. PSBB makes sure that these values are inculcated in students from a very young age. Congratulations to ma'am for continuing the legacy. It has, especially the theme, I wanted to speak about the theme. Yes, we were incognito for 2 years, but I'm sure we've all come out more powerful, more intelligent. We've had the time to develop ourselves in many ways, and let us keep those spirits high. Thank you for having invited us. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations to all the students and teachers for that wonderful show. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those truly wise words. And how dance is so much more than what is portrayed. I'm sure all of us present here have had something to take away. With that, we now approach the end of our morning show. I hope all of you enjoyed it as much as we did planning, practicing, and executing it. I now call upon Bhargav Sai Balaji, Assistant School Pupil Leader, to deliver the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. With the divine blessings of Padma Shri awardee Dr. Mrs. YG Parthasarathi, on behalf of the PSBB Millennium School OMR, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for Anubhuti, the 14th annual day celebrations of the PSBB Millennium School OMR. Firstly, we would like to express our deep sense of gratitude to the chief guest, Sri Srijit Nambiar and Srimati Parvati Menon. It is indeed the gift of your presence that has made our day. Our sincere gratitude to Mr. Shantanu Prakash, Managing Trustee, Learning Leadership Foundation, Mr. Abhinav Dar, Chairman, Learning Leadership Foundation, Mr. YG Rajendra, Executive Trustee, Bhala Bhavan Educational Trust, and Mr. Sheila Rajendra, Dean and Correspondent, PSBB Group of Schools, for their continued support in all our endeavors. We also extend our warm regards to all the principals of the PSBB Millennium and LLA Group of Schools for gracing today's event. We express our heartfelt gratitude to our beloved principal, Ms. Rukmini Sridharan, and our dear coordinators of various levels for their unending support, guidance, and encouragement, without which the event wouldn't have been so wonderful. We also like to thank all the teachers from PSBB Group of Schools and the PSBB Millennium and LLA Group of Schools who have joined us this morning. With profound gratitude and reverence, we would like to thank the overall in-charge teachers and all our dedicated teachers for their phenomenal efforts and support in putting together today's show in all its grandeur. To all the doubting parents here, it is only your unwavering love, support and presence and participation that has made all our events successful, and today is no exception, for which we will always be grateful. We thank all the participants for their energetic and enthusiastic performances in putting up an astounding show today. Special thanks to all the volunteers for their helping hands, the admin department and the IT coordinator for their support, the art department for their timely provision of props, the creative writing club for their contribution to scripting, and all the non-teaching staff for their tireless efforts in organizing this event. We are truly humbled by the indispensable help imparted by the housekeeping, transport department, and Mr. Deepak of the school canteen. Last but not the least, we would like to thank the Almighty for showering His blessings in making this event a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhargav.
This is indeed a bittersweet experience. Don't you think there's something special in every ending?
Yes, and all of a sudden, you just know that it's the time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings.
On that note, let's cherish this moment and give ourselves a pat in the back for a job well done.
This is the entire comparing team signing off.
Thank you.